Language warnings. Language warnings.
Yes. No Fs and no GDs. Holly, I'm looking at you.
Oh, for F's sake.
Yeah, I don't give
Who
a F.
wants to pick?
GD nights for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Anybody
All
get a
right, coming up.
notification yet?
I
Yeah,
did.
I just buzzed 10 seconds.
Okay.
I'll turn the volume down. And that way I can actually look into the room and see what's going on. Because I don't have multiple. Well, I do have
That's one. That's one.
There we go. I nailed it. Rusty's not here. I did the one arm flailing thing going on there. All right. This is the Off Track Syndicate. I'm going to tell you guys a blessing and a burden of doing this job is I have to go through all kinds of news stories to find the things that you absolutely cannot go without.
Is that the blessing?
It's something. It's something. So more often than not, I find the worst stories in the world, and it give you a bad idea of what's going on in the world. So I'm going to start us out with a positive story. All right, 5 San Diego school educators were deemed San Diego County Teachers of the Year for the year 22-23. All right, so that's a good thing. Stephanie Clugston, Jacqueline Ma, Amy McCoy, Juanita Nunez, and Melissa Rains. I nailed those names. So congratulations to them. Very, very happy for all of them. That's very good. That's a positive, right? We'll start out with a positive.
Round of applause.
Yeah, yeah. And then I just closed the tab that I was going to have up there.
Wow.
And then, how about we roll over into a story where a DUI suspect in Colorado tried to switch seats with his dog when he was pulled over.
Well, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Before I bring this up, I should address tonight. We are joined by, gosh, do I got to read this? Lusty Busty or Lady Busty Eyebolts.
You can call me Lusty Busty.
Yes, Holly from Damn It with Beaver is joining us. She is filling in for the odd character of Rusty J. Lugnuts tonight, who's taken the night off. And filling in for Mississippi is Klopp Hollywood.
Yes, live from my palatial Hollywood assistant.
Did you say fellatio?
Palatial.
Yes.
Palatial. Mine out of the gutter.
Yeah. What? You picked the wrong show to be on for that, Klopp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I? Really?
Yeah.
Did I?
And
Maybe.
Then we've got Kinsey Amtrak Richards as well.
My apologies.
Yeah, that's who we're stuck with. So again, this headline reads, police say DUI suspect in Colorado tried to switch seats with his dog when pulled over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I think that's an outrageous tactic, I may have been at one point in time been or know somebody that has been intoxicated enough to think that would actually work.
That sounds kind of crazy.
I mean, he was trying to be responsible. The dog might have had less to drink than he did. Come on, people.
Yeah, but you don't let your best friend take the rap for you.
That's right.
Well, you were trying to cover it up. You're not really taking the rap.
Yeah.
And plus, the dog smoked a doobie the size of the Hindenburg, so it probably wouldn't be as much of a hazard behind the wheel.
I'm going to tell you that dog could probably still walk that straight line. Just saying. They got 4 legs.
Yeah. So according to police, the suspect was pulled over at about 11:30 on Saturday. He was reportedly going 52 and a 30. I love this next paragraph. I just picture it in my mind here. The driver attempted to switch places with his dog, who was in the passenger seat, as the officer approached and watched the entire process. The male party then exited the passenger side vehicle and claimed he was not driving. He showed clear signs of intoxication, and when he was asked about his alcohol consumption, he ran from the officer. He was caught about 20 yards from the vehicle.
Did he run in a straight line?
I'm betting there was some tumbling and falling down involved. So, yeah. It wasn't me. It was the dog. The dog was driving 52 and a 30. Yes, that's it. Very good. Very good logic.
Paws on the floor. Just saying.
Yeah. So, when you're just don't DUI. Let's start with that. And let's say you get pulled over. Don't think that you're going to get away with it when blaming the speeding on your dog. Holly.
And blame it on your cat. Cats are a-holes. Everybody knows that.
Well, cats are a-holes, but they don't drive.
You blame the dog for the farts, but the cat you blame for the driving. It's just common sense, people.
Common sense.
Yeah, you got it. Moving on to more animal crime fighting. A traffic stop led to a police chase in North Carolina. The suspect ditched his car and hid out in a field. The police found him because a herd of cattle went walking and led the police right to the driver.
Oh, man. Snitches get stitches. Those things are going to be beef soon.
Snitches get turned into steak. Wow.
Right?
They're going to be dead meat. Just
dead meat. But
that's the Heinz 57 sauce. Yeah.
I don't have the hi hat there, but yes. So yeah, he was driving fast and reckless, went out, hid in a field, and the cows then followed him. They thought he was interesting to see, went walking toward him. The police caught they caught the police's attention and led him right to him. So we got a positive, we got a negative there.
I bet now he's got a beef with cattle.
Yes, he probably does have a beef with the cattle.
Law and Order SV Moo. I'm sorry.
SV Moo.
That was horrible. I'm sorry.
It's funny. It didn't last very long, so there was no real need for a stakeout.
There you go.
Oh my God. Punny.
Yeah.
Man, you need to do better than that there, Knights. That's an utter disgrace, that joke, I tell you.
I'm just trying to milk it.
I lost my hat.
Oh, Busty Eyebolts. I can't say it. Busty Eyebolts lost her hat.
I was just going to say, I'm going to pretend to be Rusty and take a nap until you get a little bit funnier.
You got to put your head down. You got to wear the sunglasses. Pretend you're reading something really interesting on the desk.
Oh. Yeah. Well, we could find out something interesting. Let's see. Mike Yehudi says, does no one remember Toonces? What are Toonces?
Toonces the
$20,
cat.
Same as downtown.
Yeah. And he also said he used to get one of his dogs drunk. To which I replied, yes, my one dog liked beer so much. When I used to have bonfires, she would walk around and knock people's beers over and try to drink it. She was addicted to beer.
That's something.
That was my husky.
Yeah, and peanut butter, from what I hear.
Ew.
What's wrong with peanut butter?
Okay. I just want to point out that Rusty always brags about having a lot of peanut butter on hand. So
Yes, he does.
take that information where you want to, but he always says he has a ton of peanut butter on hand at all times.
And he does have dogs.
And he does have dogs.
But
He has
got more
cats.
cats. Yeah.
So do with that information what you wish. Moving on.
All right.
Next story.
So,
Kinsey.
all right. There's a world record's been set here recently. The world's oldest dog has had a birthday. Guess how old the dog was?
31.
You already
Yeah,
knew,
Holly
didn't
know.
you?
I saw the article.
Holly gets Google News alerts anytime a dog is mentioned on a story, I'm sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, Bobby, a purebred. What is that? Rafiro de Almontejo, a breed of Portuguese dog
Nailed it.
celebrated. Yep, yeah, sure, maybe. Celebrated during a party Saturday at his home at his Portuguese village on the other nailed it. Chanquerios. Where's Rocky when you need her? Anyway, which he lived there all of his life. I mean, it's an old dog. I usually you see him live what 18, 20 if they're taken good care of in those breeds.
If you're
Right.
lucky. I had a dog that was 21, but that was the oldest dog I've ever had.
And the
And
thing
just
about it is,
limping
if you
along
look
at that
at
point?
the pictures, the dog don't look like any 31. The dog doesn't even look 21.
Adrenochrome?
Maybe.
think the dog.
I don't know.
Maybe they had plastic surgery. Who knows? You think all those plastic squeak toys went to waste? No, sir.
Do dogs have plastic surgery, or do they go a little more for rawhide? No, no good.
I don't know.
No.
But yeah, he is now an official world record holder. He's got the whole posed picture next to his little plaque of recognition and everything.
Is
Yeah.
he dead now?
No.
He's still alive.
Well, I mean, he could be right now. I don't know. But
Okay.
whenever they done the story and everything, he was still alive.
Okay.
It's recent. It was within the last 2 or 3 weeks, so he should still be alive unless, you know.
May 13th. That was his birthday.
I don't know the exact birth date of my dog. Approximate.
I only know the birth date of one of my dogs, and that's because the people I got her from that were dropping her at the shelter told me her birthday. Otherwise, I would not know it.
Now, Holly, you were talking about getting your dog a car for her birthday?
I got her one.
You got her one.
Absolutely.
Was it the
got her
remote
one.
control one?
It's not remote control. So my dog Penny turned 16, and I thought, what does every 16-year-old kid get? A car. So I got her like a little Power Wheels, and I've been taking her around and doing photo shoots with her. So yeah, I'm that kind of crazy dog lady. So she has been to the lake. She's been fishing. She's been visiting Nana and her Memmy. She'll be doing some of her favorite stores and drive-throughs to the Magic Window, which is Burger King and Dunkin' Donuts. We're going to take her to all those places yet in my spare time.
So what does Penny actually think herself about the car?
She loves it. She lays in it. No, she doesn't. She doesn't care about it at all.
That's what I figured.
This is just a fun memory that I'm going to be able to make a collage of and put on my wall.
She sprawls out in the back seat.
She just sits in it like, okay, Mom, am I done? Okay. Now give me my treats so I can go back and take a nap. She's 16. What do you think she wants to do? She wants to
Right.
sleep all the time.
And drives mama home after she imbibes a little bit too much, and you'll actually get away with that this time. Unlike in Colorado.
That's the one thing we want to do is take her to, they put in electric parking spaces at my local grocery store. So we're going to park it in the electric parking spot, pretend it's charging while she's getting groceries.
Yeah, so technically it's an EV, so hey.
Technically, I park there. I don't have an EV. I don't care. They don't even have the charging stations up, but they have it designated as an electric parking space. Well, what
So,
does it matter
so
who
they're
parks
not even
there?
to the point of putting those in there, but they have it marked.
Right. So I park there every single time I go. If nobody's there, I park. What do
Yeah.
you do?
Are they right up there at the front of the store or way
Yep.
at the back of the lot?
At the front of the store?
Oh, that's crap.
Right. So I'm going to park there even when they have the charging stations up because guess what? It's a space. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to, just do what I want to do.
I get you. Okay. Yeah. Without the charging spots or the actual chargers there, yeah, okay, I got you. I won't park in it, you know, if it's there. But
I'm going to have a Rule 5 violation because I want to, I'm going to. It doesn't matter if I should or could, I'm just going to do it.
yeah. Speaking of stupid motorists,
We
Yes.
ain't going to Vegas, are we?
no, I've got a
No?
Florida one.
Okay.
Officials in one Florida county are considering a law that would fine drivers for going around barricades and getting stuck on flooded roads.
Why do people do that?
Right? When the road is flooded, are you able to see everything that's under it? Are you able to see and tell that the road is still there?
It's not even
No.
that. My dad used to work for the borough and they would have stuff blocked off because they were opening manholes or doing something. And people would literally get out of their car, move the barriers, and go through them and then get out and put them back like they don't apply to them.
Right?
It's like, what?
They know
No.
better.
People are just annoying.
Now, Chris, what was the headline again?
Well, how about this? A proposed law known as the Stupid Motorist Law is under consideration by
apropos.
officials.
A certain amount of redundancy in the law name. Yes, I do recognize, but here's the problem. There's already a law against that. It's called failure to obey a traffic control device.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Because what I said there was going around barricades and getting stuck on flooded roads. You're right.
Exactly.
Yep. So you're saying this would be the hate speech equivalent of traffic violations?
As much as you believe that
sorry, hate
stupid
crime.
people need yeah, as much as you would think that stupid people needs to learn a lesson, the whole point is, even though they're stupid enough to do that to begin with, a lot of them still ain't going to learn, even if you have an extra law to find them more.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I think it's pretty much not just a wash, it's a waste of our time and political money because they should be spending it on other stuff.
Well, they're doing this, they say, because of the fact that it puts emergency responders at risk. Because when you get stuck in the middle of a flooded road and your car stops, because it will, who has to come out and drag your ass out of the water?
I mean, technically, there's a lot of things that people do that put emergency responders at risk. You know, creating a 20-car pileup because you decided to pass somebody and cut in front of a big freaking truck puts emergency responders at risk because those cars could explode or whatever. If there's gas leaking out of them and stuff, they're going to be exposed to those harmful chemicals. So there's a lot of things. I mean, that's just the first example that popped into my head, but there's a lot of things that could put emergency responders at risk, like, trying to deep fry your turkey inside your house. Your house is on fire. They're going to try to put it out. That's putting them at risk. So
Wait, you're
what?
not supposed to do that?
No, you're not supposed
What?
to deep fry your turkey in the house.
Kinsey, don't listen to her. At your camp out, make sure that you deep fry the fully frozen turkey in the middle of the living room.
Yes, I was going to say, make sure it's fully
Over an open
frozen.
flame.
Don't thaw it out. Make sure it's fully frozen.
It's America. It's your house. You paid for it. YOLO.
That's right. YOLO.
I've been trying to talk Kinsey into that for several weeks now, and I thought maybe he's talked into doing it out in the middle of the front yard.
You think so?
the frozen turkey at least catapulted into the flaming hot oil.
Make
don't know.
sure it's super dry outside. Because
Yeah,
you
that
don't
too.
want that grease getting mixed with wet, okay?
Yeah, I'll get right on
Well,
that.
Rusty will.
For a brief period of time, I was a member of the volunteer fire department, and people had fire dues that they're supposed to kind of pay as their little in case my crap catches on fire thing, so that you show up and it helps pay for the stuff for the fire department and everything. And if they ended up responding to an emergency on your behalf, then you got those services is that from that. And if they didn't have their fire dues paid and they were an idiot and they left like a garbage can with trash burning and stuff in the back, and they caught the yard on fire and went up there halfway up the house or whatever, whenever we'd show up and we'd put everything out, if they weren't one of the members that paid their fire dues, we left them a bill hanging on the front door. So
Anyone was thinking that sounds a little bit like the people who shake down, shops and businesses downtown for security purposes. Well, you got to pay your dues here so that somebody doesn't come in and rob you.
there's a difference between a shakedown and actually having services rendered to them that they probably are not going to pay anyway, and giving them a bill just to show what it cost.
Yeah.
Right.
And if we can't do something like this because of emergency response to the idiots that go around the barricades that are put there to block off the road and they get stuck in a flooded area, I think it's deserving.
Yeah.
And when something's idiotic enough to where you can prove that it took some level of intent to ignore some sort of safety mechanism,
Yep.
then yeah, I think it's deserving.
No, I got you. Yeah, my mind just went to shakedown immediately. Oh, you didn't pay your dues, so here, let's take our time rolling out the hoses.
This
Well,
is a
we don't know.
voluntary. This is voluntary fire department. So just voluntarily light a match.
Yeah. Trust me, we didn't want to go out there to begin.
Yeah.
A volunteer fire department don't sit around the firehouse all day. They end up having a pager on them. They're busy doing something they want to do, and then they get paged to go respond.
Depends.
Yep.
I was going to say, my dad was a volunteer fireman for almost 20 years, and he was at that firehouse a lot. Every Monday, almost every Saturday, and usually on Sundays. He would go there a lot to do, because there's always maintenance that needs to be done. There's always cleaning that needs to be done.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that.
Training.
So he was there a lot. Training. Yep. Almost 20 years. It was 19 years and 6 or 7 months, I think he was a member. And he just had some bad incidences that happened too close together, and he decided that he was going to stop.
And then you've got your EMT services as well, which they can bill insurance, they can bill the patient for, that kind of stuff, the ambulance services. So there's going to be documentation that goes in with that and billing, and there's a lot to it.
Volunteer fire departments usually run off of donations, membership dues, and then any type of grants that the government gives them.
Say, aren't those also publicly funded through taxpayer money as well? Or?
No. Well, some of the grants. I mean, the grants comes from taxpayer money, because the government doesn't make money. Government only takes money, but they don't get any specific portion. Like the way it works here, at least, is that it goes on the number of fire calls you have, and then they decide, like, okay, well, you only had 10, so you don't need as many as this place that had 50. So that's how they kind of divvy out the money. But they do a lot of fundraising through, like the one that my dad belonged to always does like a Good Friday dinner. They used to do bingo every Friday night, but I don't think they do that anymore. They used to have a carnival, but I don't think they do that anymore. So I'm not sure exactly how they do all the fundraising and stuff, but I know they send out the membership fees like Kinsey was talking about. where you
Yeah.
send it and you give up money there or whatever. Sometimes they have like the local fire department that's here that I belong that would cover my area where I live now. They do a monthly dinner where you just pick it up, but you just go there with a ticket and you pick it up. So.
All right, we're going to head out on a commercial break. We will be back in a few minutes.
2 minutos. Hasta luego.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but Rusty is in the chat room.
Who let him in the chat room?
I don't know. He just said, "Hey, folks," and that's it. And he hasn't responded to anything since. So
He's a
Okay.
tease.
Am I still sounding like I'm coming through my computer speakers?
No.
It's better now. No.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, all I can say is Mario and Luigi probably kicked Rusty's ass.
probably he probably made some type of
Plumbers.
Italian joke, and you just
Them
never
plumbers.
see those Italians. They've got mob connections.
Oh yeah.
Mike Yehudi sent me a message.
And he sent me a message too. What the hell?
Let's see.
What did? Oh,
Why
Jesus Christ.
oh God, I can't say that on here.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, you can. It's during the break.
Twisted meat? Let's see.
Oh my God. So, folks, what's going on in the chat room? You can hear us now.
Actually, let me see something here.
Did Jen leave the chat room? Jen, I saw SoCal was in. Do you hear all that noisy background?
A little bit.
No, sorry. There's not much I can do about that. I don't have a soundproof room. That's why when I record super late at night.
All right. 10 seconds.
Coming in thought.
Coming in thought?
THOT.
Okay.
Off track tech rue promo take one.
This is misunderstood subculture correspondent.
Is he drinking?
But every once in a while, a bit of awesome falls off me, and the off-track syndicate picks it up and pretends they. But
I think the mask has got CO2 built up in it. Take four.
But every once in a while, a bit of. It's true. But every once in a while, a bit of.
Don't this guy do this for a living?
See, I keep on choking.
Take 17.
Greetings. This is misunderstood subculture correspondent Tech Rue, and I'd rather be drinking beer.
You ain't drinking already?
I don't have any. Yeah, you're going to have to edit.
Son of a.
And the off-track syndicate will pick it up, and yeah, I just can't go into that second part. There's some good parts in there at the beginning.
I should really work harder at fleshing out these stories before the show as opposed to during the show. I just got new news about one of those San Diego teachers of the year.
Oh, no.
It's not good. Jacqueline Ma, age 34, who teaches 6th grade, was booked at the Las Colinas Detention and Reentry Facility on 3 counts of lewd and lascivious acts.
Oh,
with a
no.
child under
I was going
14.
to ask you if we could guess what she was booked on.
Did you get her number for
Lewd and
Rusty?
lascivious acts. And then there were 3 more counts of one thing. Do you want to guess what it was?
Prostitution.
No.
Selling fentanyl.
No.
Okay,
Lewd
wait,
and
wait, wait.
lascivious acts with a child.
Delinquency with a minor. Yeah.
Oh. What is wrong with people?
3 counts of oral copulation with a child under 14.
Compilation or copulation?
Sure, there's no M. So yes, oral copulation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And her nickname in prison will be Connie Lingus.
Oh man. Yeah, the school superintendent was only aware of one alleged victim who is no longer enrolled in the school system, and investigators are not providing details of when the alleged abuse took place. So there goes my, my good story for the week.
But keep
thank
kids,
you.
but keep those
Chris.
kids away from those priests.
Yes.
That's
Chris.
right.
You
I-
didn't
I-
answer the question.
What?
The first question, the most important question.
You hot?
Eh,
Hot
not.
is depending
not
on what
my-
you think, though. Some people think that Klopp is hot. Other people find him repulsive. It's all a matter of what you like,
Most
right?
people.
I think you're sexy, Klopp, by the way.
And how much have you been drinking? How much of that wine bottle you guys? Because
She
I have a
is
little.
standing in for Rusty. So what do you think?
Exactly, because I have a little nickname amongst my group of friends here. It's called Last Call Sexy. You know how they say everybody's sexy at last call? Oh. And also, if you're pissed off at your man.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to say last call, but maybe like 1 a.m.
An hour or two before. You're stepping up, Klopp.
See? It's not the end of the night.
Mm.
Here we go. This is Jacqueline.
She's cute.
That'll work.
Not repulsive. She is very cute.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure that's what the under 14-year-old said too.
Wonder what
Okay.
she uses on her hair, because it's very light and it has nice like highlights and stuff to it. I like it. Can you ask her how she does her hair?
I'm not. You realize that she's not really here, right? This is
Okay.
Sure.
You
The one who's
realize
really here is this guy. And
you
you're stuck with
realize
it.
you realize the kid was probably taken out of school by their parents or because of the pending lawsuit, because I'm sure that child has probably had an increased level of popularity that he's now unable to cash in on.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I've seen that movie. What was the movie?
Stand to Deliver?
No, it was the Adam Sandler movie. The one where
he had to go through
was-
school again.
No.
Oh.
Where he had the affair with his teacher and had a kid.
Oh, that's my boy.
That's my boy. Yep.
There we go. Yep.
Yep. Adam Sandler and
What's your
What,
favorite?
Andy, the guy from Lonely Island. Sandberg. Sandberg.
Andy Samberg. Yep.
What's
Yeah.
that? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Funny movie. Gross premise.
Yeah.
He had
Very, 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 very cringe in the 2020s still.
yeah.
What year was that out? Because I've never even heard of that movie. Hold on. 2012. Okay, so I should have known about that. I don't remember it at all.
Didn't do very well, obviously. So.
Maybe that's why.
So sorry, Jacqueline Ma. Yeah, didn't work out so well.
At least the teacher he was banging in
Oh.
Billy Madison was a lot hotter. So
There you go.
Oh my.
Right.
Billy Madison, that's the one. That's the one where he had to go back through school, right?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right.
So speaking of animals, since we just got done speaking about a bunch of them before the turn of the hour, there was one that was involved in an accident over in northern Vancouver.
Was it driving?
No. As a matter of fact, there was not an automobile involved in this.
Automobile?
Was it flying?
It was what was involved was an electric bicycle.
A what?
Say
An
again.
electric bicycle was involved in
Okay.
electric bicycle was involved in this incident. A gentleman in Vancouver is going down these park roads at a whopping 40 km an hour,
How
and
fast is
then
that?
he ends up hitting an animal. Probably in the neighborhood of about 25.
Okay.
give or take. Just, quick guess. And if you're riding an electric bicycle, what would you be worried about running out in front of you?
Children.
In Canada?
Moose?
Yeah.
Squirrel?
It wasn't
Canadians?
a moose. It wasn't children. It
Bear?
wasn't a squirrel.
Bear?
It was a bear.
I don't
Oh.
think it matters if you're in Canada or not. I think anybody, even in a vehicle, would not want a bear coming out in front of them.
Well, if you run into a bear with a bicycle, you don't exactly have the extra comfort of having a protective barrier between you and the bear, even if it don't run.
Was this bear on the booger sugar? As per the movie.
Cocaine
No.
bear.
There was no, this bear had no powder white substance anywhere around, no illicit substances that known of. But he could have had something in his system because he fled the scene. Although it took a little bit for the guy off of the bike to flee the scene. The impact was hard enough. His entire left side was bruised, including bruising his heart muscle.
So he's all right?
I didn't know you could bruise your heart muscle.
Yes, you can bruise your heart muscle. Let's see, what's the condition called here? It's down here somewhere, I swear. It is a cardiac contusion.
Interesting.
That
Mm-hmm.
that sounds like a hard hit.
Well, he's surprised that it was a bear instead of a deer. He was always worried about a deer running out in front of him. But yeah, they got, yeah. As a matter of fact, that was one of the recent videos coming around on Facebook and on the short videos and everything. A guy going through these mountain trails on his mountain bike, and the deer comes out, boom, both of them, full impact.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
At least,
yeah.
well, I guess it's not really necessarily better, but I would say at least on a deer, maybe you'd go over the deer instead of into the bear. I don't know if that's better or not.
Tell yourself on the antlers.
There you go.
Make sure it's a doe.
Yes.
Doe, a deer, a female deer.
Ray, the guy that pumps my gas. What?
Oh boy.
Oh gosh.
What hell hath he wrought bringing me on tonight? All right.
I have no
Not
idea.
much.
So, speaking of hearts, we're going to talk about love. Are you ready?
Are we though?
Amor.
Well,
No,
it's a form
I'm-
of love.
I'm
It's
a married man.
expression.
Love. I'm a married man. Love is not an option for me anymore.
Then you're doing it
While
wrong.
my neighbor decides to start his big old truck that he's going to like rev up and pull away in. I'm sure y'all just heard that.
Just wait for him to pull out.
We can still hear it.
That's the sound of maybe.
I know. I think-
That's what she said, Chris.
I think needing to have a big jacked up truck that's really loud is because he has some shortcomings. Anyway,
I was gonna say that sounds like about a 1.5 inch dong there on a hot day. So
I think, yeah. Okay.
okay.
So anyway,
That's Rusty on his way to your house, by the way.
we're going to really include Kinsey and Chris on this because you guys have kids. Klopp, you don't got kids, right? Not that you know of.
One that I know of is gonna be 24 in September.
Okay. Well, you're okay.
I have
imagine your
bread.
kid-
Yes.
Imagine your kid's about 4 years old.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And you're outside and you're just in your garden, weeding, your kid's running around, and all of a sudden you hear, oh, yes.
I'll have what you're having.
Well, there is a mother who is disgusted after hearing her neighbors having incredibly loud sex in their hot tub while she is outside with her 4-year-old. So she said that her son had a lot of questions and she didn't feel that it was appropriate because it was 6:30 in the evening and that is family time. Okay, first of all,
Were they on television?
No, they were outside. They were outside. Everybody was outside. But I don't think it matters if it's 6:30 in the evening or 2 a.m. I don't want to hear my neighbors screaming in their lustful romance outside, period. It doesn't matter if it's a family-friendly time at 6:30 p.m. or not. Sometimes you just got to go with it when you can get it. You take it when you can. Am I not wrong? Am I not wrong? Wrong. Okay. So she went on to, of course, the internet to ask how she should handle this because she wants to let the neighbors know about it, but she wants it to be anonymous because she was going to put a note on their door, but she realized they have a Ring doorbell and they'll know that it's her. But like, why can't she just walk up to the door and be like, hey, I have a 4-year-old kid and I get that you guys want to like get your gang on and do what you need to do and whatever. But I do have a 4-year-old. So if you could kind of keep it down when you're getting it on, getting busy in your hot tub, perfectly fine. You know, or maybe you don't be such a stud and make her so happy when she's outside. Okay. But and here's the part that I think is ridiculous about this whole thing is like they heard it for 15 minutes. The first second I heard that, I'd be like, come on, honey, we're going to go inside. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to subject my kid to listen to that for 15 minutes. Especially when they're 4.
She missed out on the opportunity to not make it awkward. When it started, she didn't say, hey, you're sharing with the whole neighborhood. Way to go. Just shout something across the fence.
Or, the mailman makes her moan louder.
Or somebody actually suggested that she yelled, she's faking it.
Or, yeah, your mom sounds that way too.
He was much better last night.
Yeah, if she stuck around outside for 15 minutes with her 4-year-old kid, she's a moron. She's a moron.
I mean, as parents, if you heard this and your 4-year-old was there, wouldn't you take them somewhere where they wouldn't hear it, like inside?
Right.
You know, if you could still hear it inside your house, then we've got a bigger issue. But, you know, I would definitely, I don't even have kids. And I'm thinking, the first thing I'm thinking is I would have removed the kid from the situation.
Right.
And then addressed it later. Like, I don't know why we always have to do everything anonymous. Like, walk up to the neighbor and say, hey, just so you know, we heard you last night. And so did my 4-year-old kid. So, like, could you keep it down when you're outside having a good time? I don't care if you're having a good time. Just maybe, you know, stop being such a stud. Just keep your noise down a little bit.
And the 4-year-old's thinking, oh, that sounds like the babysitter when daddy's with her.
You know, she probably could have caused him to wrap it up pretty quickly if she just got out the stepladder.
An electric eel in the hot tub would
just sit on the top rung and
Jesus,
applaud.
Mike.
Way to go. Good job.
I mean, I will say in our younger days, when my husband and I were first married, our neighbors got an earful one time, and apparently they felt the need to tell my brother about it instead of me. But, you know, sometimes it's just really good. And I will sing the song of my people.
Yeah, well, it's always good to have some level of self-awareness. However hard it may be. Just saying.
You know, in my defense, I forgot that the windows were open because we usually crank the air conditioning. So I was not outside, though.
So,
in a hot tub.
As the replacement for Rusty J. Lugnuts tonight, Holly has been drinking wine. Is that right?
That's right. I am Lady Busty Eyebolts. You're welcome.
Lady Busty Eyebolts. Yeah. An Australian woman survived 5 days in the wild on a bottle of wine and some lollipops.
Damn straight, because wine is life.
The woman said she was on vacation when she made a wrong turn and reached a dead end. When trying to turn around, she got her car stuck in the mud. She had no cell phone service. She had been planning a short trip, so she only had a few snacks with her and a bottle of wine she bought for her mother. She doesn't usually drink alcohol. She was found after 5 days by a helicopter who was looking for her after her mother had reported her missing. I don't know how. I don't know that that really helped her survive. You could probably go 5 days without eating anything. Probably needed something to drink.
The water is
Again,
the
I
thing.
don't think the alcohol was going to help with that. I was going to dehydrate her. But yes, wine and lollipops are what
The
subsisted
sugar.
her.
Sugar from the lollipops kept her from having like low blood sugar and stuff like that. I mean,
Right.
if she was on top of it, she would have a go pack or an emergency kit in her car, with water and protein bars and blankets and flares and stuff. Am I
Yeah.
the only one?
Yeah.
I'm the only one? Okay.
Well,
And if she was in Australia, how'd she make it 5 minutes without getting beaten by something? I mean, Jesus. It's
that's right.
Australia.
Yeah,
Just
wine
yeah.
something in
bottle.
Australia wants to eat you.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
have you seen the stuff in Australia? There is nightmare stuff that comes out of Australia.
Yeah.
Like seriously nightmare stuff.
You say the thing about having water in your car, that kind of thing, and I live in Nebraska. It gets super hot, it gets super cold.
Right.
Water doesn't do well in a vehicle. Wintertime, it's going to freeze. Summertime, it's going to get hot, and the plastic is going to leach into it. And
Yeah, I know. You got to rotate it. I have those My Patriot Supply water straws.
Mhm.
So she could find a puddle of water that is dirty as crap and still drink it.
So you can drink parking lot puddles.
I can drink parking lot puddles. Absolutely, because it will be filtered by the straw. And those straws cycle 300 gallons of water. So carry a bunch of water or carry a tiny little straw that weighs like a couple ounces.
speaking of parking lot puddles,
Uh-oh.
one of the biggest insurance companies in the world held a party for salesmen where they were rewarded
With
with the
hookers.
services of prostitutes.
No.
No way.
Shut up. I bet you I know someone who's going to be applying for that job tomorrow. Not the hooker.
Yeah.
by the way. Klopp.
Talk
Munich
about your
Re
company perks.
is the world's biggest reinsurer. In other words, basically the company acts as an insurance company for insurance companies. Yeah. They had a gathering that was held at thermal baths in the Hungarian capital Budapest for particularly successful salesmen. There were about 100 guests and 20 prostitutes. The prostitutes wore color-coded armbands designating their availability, and the women had their arms stamped after each service rendered.
No. Stop. What?
Yeah.
So were the stamps different? Like, hey, this is a BJ. Hey, I had A. Hey, I did full intercourse. Like, what?
I don't know. Maybe it was like their punch card,
And
This
they're
is how
banned.
many
Like,
I get
I'm up
paid
for
for.
everything. Every hole's an entry. Or is it
I
like
think that's the color-coded armbands designating their availability.
I thought only I used that system. What the hell?
The premium above $20, same as downtown, and between the ones that if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Right. Right.
So this is an a la carte service.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was all paid for by the company, by the insurance company. Guests
you
were
go.
able to take women to 4 poster beds at the spa and, this is in quotes, do whatever they liked.
4 poster beds.
After each such encounter, the women were stamped on the lower arm in order to keep track of how often each woman was frequented. What a way to say it.
The least amount of stamps because sloppy seconds aren't my style. Holy crap.
The women wore red and yellow wristbands. One lot were hostesses, and the others would fulfill your every wish. There were also women with white wristbands, and they were reserved for board members and the very best sales reps.
What company is this?
This is Munich Re, R-E.
Is that a United States bound country business, or is
No.
different? Okay.
No, it's elsewhere.
Amsterdam. Okay.
Something. Yeah. A spokesman for the company told the BBC that the party had happened, but it said it was not the usual way of rewarding their employees. They've since introduced a new code of conduct. We've taken all the right steps to prevent it happening again. It was a mistake, but we're very sure it was a unique event.
You know, it's going to suck because all those guys were probably like, yes, next year I'm going to do better. I need to
Right?
take this conference.
They've just lost their incentive.
Yeah, they lost their incentive to sell more. Yeah, that I'm with you though, Holly. That is not a lot of women for the number of guests. I won't even say guys because maybe it wasn't all guys.
So do they get to clean up in between? I mean, I just feel like this is, an STD waiting to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to really like the people you work with
And I don't like anybody I work with.
if you're going after all of them.
I'd be like, Karen in the chat room says, so are you looking for the prostitute with the least amount of stamps? Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
And you would think that they would be using some kind of protection if it is prostitutes. I mean, I don't think they'd be going raw dog otherwise, because down there it can't go and just be ready for the next guy. So
Yeah. Was there lots of douches available? Or they were all douches? I'm not sure.
Most of the
There
guys
a
were
lot of
probably
douches
douches.
involved.
Could you imagine, like, hey, honey, I just came back from my seminar and this story breaks out? You're all going through divorce. Like, what the hell?
Yep.
How many hookers did you stamp?
There were legendary stories from the Navy that went right along this same type of theme right here.
It's almost like, hey, well, honey, where did you learn that new technique? Oh, at my conference.
Oh boy. Yeah.
And as far as people, whether or not they would be raw dogging it or not, you probably already know some of the most horrible answers and thoughts to this because I just don't think some of them think ahead that much.
They don't think that.
I admit
they think with the head.
Yeah, wrong head. There had been a bust on a certain carrier within a certain, I guess you can say, branch of service for the U.S. And here's the thing about this. Some of them kept records. And keeping these records, guess what? No. Them keeping records, you can call them a liar until you realize the fact that some of these idiots wrote them a check.
Paper trail. Yeah.
Literally.
We not learned anything. You never put it in writing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right. Speaking of put it in writing, after her husband died last year, moving on, by the way, after her husband died last year, she wrote a children's book on grief. Now, Corey Richens was arrested on Monday in Utah and is accused of
murdering her
charging
husband?
documents of poisoning her husband with a lethal dose of fentanyl in her home.
Where would she get the fentanyl?
I don't know.
China.
I didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she is accused of murdering her husband and then writing a children's book to help children with grief.
Well, maybe she
because
was
of
in grief.
her
She
husband's
felt grief about the death of her husband because he cut his life insurance policy and he wasn't worth nearly what he should have been.
Could be. Yeah.
It was a coping mechanism, I'm sure.
She had called the authorities in the middle of the night in March of last year to report that her husband was cold to the touch. She said that she had made her husband, she told the officer she made her husband a mixed vodka to celebrate him selling a new home, not insurance, by the way, nothing to do with the previous story, and then went to soothe on one of her children to sleep in their bedroom. She later returned upon finding her husband unresponsive. The medical examiner found 5 times the lethal dosage of fentanyl in his system.
Well, she went a little bit overboard. I mean, really, she could have just went with 2 times the overdose. He would have been fine. I mean, he wouldn't have been fine, but, she might not have been in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Really?
Did OJ write the foreword?
If she did it.
If I would have done it, this is how I would have done it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
All right, we're going to take another break. Come on back in the next hour, and we'll still be here.
I'm leaving.
Hi, Felicia. So Klopp, since everybody left.
Is he gone yet?
He's back. He's gone. He's still here.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, damn it.
We supposed to do any commercials there anytime during the process? Or?
Yeah, we're supposed to, but the problem is we have to remember to do them first. That way, if we remember to do them, we do them.
I could have helped you out with that.
American Roasters.
I am really good at getting commercials in. In case you haven't listened to my podcast, I always get them in.
Wait a minute. You got a podcast?
I do. Ding, ding, ding. I do. Nobody listens, but I do have a podcast. Cummins makes great engines, Holly. What? I don't understand what that comment is. We are slacking in the chat room, but I promise I am trying to read it. So keep your comments coming.
I'm limited.
Chat room's very dead tonight. I think we're so boring that nobody's even listening anymore.
I'm limited to the number of internet available devices I have. So
I have YouTube up. I don't have Facebook up. Let me go over to Facebook and see what it says. La 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 la. Nobody is commenting, so I have to ignore that.
It's because Rusty's not here, isn't it?
Yeah, nobody likes Lady Busty or Eyebolts. Nobody likes
Klopp Hollywood.
It's okay, Klopp. I love you. I gotta stop picking at my neck. I have like a weird spot that's growing right here, and it's annoying me. And I keep picking at it. I need to stop.
That's called your head up there.
No, it's like right here.
Oh no, I was talking about the weird spot.
The weird growth. Yeah.
Guess which finger this one is? Right here. Guess which one. So, what are we talking about?
Oh, I got a story to come in with. What?
We're not.
Are we expecting SoCal? She's in the waiting room.
Yeah, I forgot to let her know that the blank game was canceled out. It's up to you if you want to bring her in or not. It's not like we got a whole lot.
This is kind of off track 2.0 because none of the original people are here,
right?
Hey, SoCal.
So Jen, you there?
She's connecting audio, it says.
Okay, so I've got the last piece of my 3-parter. I'll bring us in on, and then Kinsey, if you want to do a story, I'm gonna have to pull up some more.
Yeah,
Jenny,
I got a nice one for you.
I have a story I sent you, Chris, that you did not do yet. That I think.
Probably so. Yeah. Hey, Jen, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get into my
Nope.
headset.
Jen, no blank game tonight.
But
there
you can be
isn't?
here if you want.
Oh, okay. I can hang up then.
You don't want to be here with us?
Hold on. I'm trying to connect to my headphones. Hold your pants.
No, I was just trying to run you off.
I don't know which one of these you did or didn't do.
Right?
Did you
10 seconds.
see the alien story I sent you?
I don't think so.
Coming in hot.
All right. What about the essay? Let's do the essay.
I almost forgot. All right. And now we're going to start out with...
And now for something completely different.
The award-winning National City teacher who was arrested on suspicion of child sex abuse was arrested
Wait a minute,
again
weren't you
Thursday.
talking about these chicks at the beginning of the show?
Yes.
Thursday, post bail on additional felony charges, including possession of child pornography.
No.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Jacqueline Ma, the teacher who was teacher of the year, who was arrested for sex with
Diddling
the,
kids. Yeah.
under 14-year-old.
She was a diddler.
Was also arrested for possession of child pornography. Yeah. I picked a good, feel-good story. Yeah.
Well, you might want to use the words "feel good" because what is going on?
At some point,
seriously, people,
it probably was
for one of them or both.
Yeah.
It's just so wrong. What is wrong with people? Seriously, stop. They're children.
I mean, we already saw the picture earlier. I mean, it's not like that she would be that limited on options.
You know, I don't know. I can't even say enough about that story because it annoys me. Kids are our most precious resource, and like these people that just prey on them, I want bad things to happen to them, and I try not to be that person, but I just want bad things to happen to them. I'm sorry.
I'll be that person. I mean, I'll list off things that they probably should have, but Beth might come down and kick the crap out of me for it. But
you'll be owing a lot of money, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, 25 bones per F bomb and S bomb and G bomb. Yeah. But yeah, again, keep those kids away from those priests.
Right. So pay attention to your kids.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. That
to the schools.
That chick on TikTok is like, she's a trans activist, and both parents are trans, and I'm not sure how that works, but anyway, she's like, my kids aren't allowed to go to church because I need to keep them away from priests. And I'm like, do you think the church is the only place that pedophiles live? Like, maybe don't go to Disney either.
Diddlers come in all shapes and sizes.
Right. They can happen. Unfortunately, it can happen anywhere.
Yes.
And it just, I don't know. I can't even. But let's not go on to that story, because I have a story about, okay, guys, Klopp, you're single, right? Technically?
Different hose and different area codes, but yeah. That's okay.
Okay. Well, pretend you're single.
Okay.
And you're on a dating app. And I don't know which one is swipe right. Is that the one that keeps you with the person, like matching them, or is it swipe left? I don't know.
Left reject them, right.
Okay, right. So you swipe right on a chick.
Is that how it works on Grindr there, Klopp?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, he's on Only Hose. Anyway.
Well, and, hold on. By the way, we need to introduce SoCal She has joined us here.
She's
But it
already
looks
fallen
like she's
asleep on
asleep.
us. Look at that.
I have a question. Is she hiding in the bathroom of an airplane or what? Like, what is going on there?
That's what I said last time I was on here. Yeah, she looks like she's on a United Airlines crapper there.
So, guys, you swipe right, and some chick says, if you want to date me, you need to write a 500-word essay so I know you're not wasting time. Whoa, wait a minute. I didn't even finish the story.
500-word
Kinsey's
essay
500
required
words.
per day. That's already.
So one guy actually even did a PowerPoint presentation about why he wanted to date her. A woman who was inundated by hopeful men when she demanded that they wanted to date her, they needed to write a 500-word essay explaining why. Lori Kempton, 36, of Portsmouth, Hampshire, was so fed up with online dating that she wrote a post on Hinge requesting anyone who wanted a date send in an application first. She asked suitors to write a 500-word essay on how you will not waste any time. Although she said it was a bit of a joke, she got several responses, including a PowerPoint presentation.
How about no?
I was
double spaced with proper indentation, references, and
I'm gonna say you feel like high maintenance, and I mean she's not ugly, but she's not like drop dead gorgeous either. You know what I mean? It's not like she would be so full of herself that she would get that many. I mean, and when you say inundated, what'd she get, like 10 hits, or she get like 500 hits? Come on.
And the thing was, she wanted to be told how you're not going to waste any time.
You're already wasting my time by asking me to write a 500-word essay.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
How you're
That's
not
what
gonna
you
waste
call
any
pot
time?
and kettle syndrome.
Was she looking for a Dear Penthouse kind of penthouse forum kind of thing?
Dear Penthouse,
She
I
was looking
wrote
for
this lady a
some
letter, and it was so hot.
It was all
bullshit.
That's right. That's right. I was waiting for the I am in danger.
I'll
you
write
want that?
I'll write 500 words on this trouser snake there, lady. Wait for me. Okay.
Yeah. Well, for every one guy who says I'm in danger, there are 10 more guys saying
I love boobies.
There you go.
Just saying. Yeah.
I guess if there is a prospect of getting laid, guys will do almost anything.
Depends on the
If you're
guy.
as smart as you think you are, you won't answer those questions.
I just can't imagine having the gall to actually write down, like, oh, by the way, if you want to date me, I need 500-word essay as to why.
And a $500 deposit.
I mean, that's kind of close to prostitution there, isn't it?
The $500 deposit is, yes.
I'm assuming this off-track syndicate is Sean. And
I believe so, yes.
I don't care how hot she is. No.
Well, first you got to be able to write a 500-word essay, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll take my chances with the diddler teacher when she gets out. So
At least you know she's a sure thing, right?
Well,
Just pretend that you're,
maybe
14.
a little old.
Yeah, you're too old for her. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be like shave the beard there, put on a little sailor outfit like they did back in the 30s. So.
Hello, Mr. Teacher. I've come for my education.
And just walk around picking your boogers, right?
I'm a unitard.
There you go. Widen through her nose.
Jerk.
Oh, that was perfect timing, right as Holly was taking a drink.
Timing is right. Jesus.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
All right. Kenzie, what do you got for us?
All right. You ever have anything that you worried is going to happen to you whenever you go somewhere and you got to spend money at a hotel somewhere and stay, right? And what would you be worried about, concerned with while you were staying at a said hotel?
Bed bugs.
Bed bugs.
Bringing a black light with me.
Yeah.
Would this be more of or less of a concern at the Hilton?
I would say
Paris Hilton?
no.
Depends on if the founder's daughter's been there.
But I still carry
Well-
my own cleaning supplies.
Well, they're one of the managers of the downtown Nashville, Tennessee Hilton Hotel, Mr. David Patrick Neal, 52 years old, had been charged with aggressive burglary and assault after allegedly doing something. What do you think? Any
Licking his
guess?
feet. It's licking his feet. I know this story.
Toe sucking, I think it was.
Gross.
Yes.
After
story,
sucking
Brad.
on David Patrick Neal was sucking on the toes of guest Peter Brennan. Around 5 in the morning. Oh.
Yes. Yes. I did hear that story because I sent it to the Daily Mojo's Brad Stikes because he is an absolute turn off to feet.
That's what he says, but I think
he's a closet foot person. I think in the closet he loves feet.
Yeah,
He's just
and
yeah. Because I asked him if he got a new job as a manager at a hotel in Nashville.
well, the lawsuit alleged that he cloned the guest's room key and entered in early in the morning without knocking or announcing or anything like that. He had Brennan, the victim, had filed a complaint with following the incident. Reportedly told officers that they entered Brennan's room and he smelled like smoke and wanted to check him for safety. Neal did not report any smoke or smell any hotels or smell the, anything like that around there. And no one else did either. He said, all my life, you just have the sense of security and that sense of peace, right? It's not like you're camping and you have to kind of keep one eye open.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Over here.
What's the question?
Busty Eyebolts. How is licking someone's feet checking for smoke?
Well, I think that was the excuse that he used for entering the room until he got caught.
Did he think that he was like really flexible, that he was smoking with his feet and then he was just smelling his feet and it looked like he was licking them? I mean, did he think he walked through ashes? Maybe he thought he was one of those fire walkers and he was walking across a bed of ashes and that's where he was smelling the ashes. It's almost like, you know what I mean? Like, is that what he was doing?
How long are your arms? How long are your arms, Lady Busty Eyebolts? Do you have normal size arms?
I do.
Because I mean, you're reaching a lot further than I would expect somebody to reach to put the two together here.
So when the guy was caught, he said, "Oh, don't mind me. I was just checking for smoke and that kind of crap." Did he also mention?
I would appreciate it if you didn't tell anybody about my busy hands.
No, none of it was his hands. It was his mouth. He was sucking the guy's toes.
Gay. That is pretty gay.
I'm telling you, he was a fire walker and the guy was just helping him clean his feet. It was a service that the hotel provides and everybody's overlooking that simple fact.
Yeah. Now.
Or wait, did he ask for a wake-up call and did not specify how that wake-up was supposed to happen?
I did not see a wake-up call anywhere in the story.
Come on.
Although,
there's a wake-up call somewhere there.
Here's some toe jam removal to wake you up.
Yep. Although apparently you would expect a background check to be done on some of these people whenever they get hired on.
Listen, maybe they never got caught before, so there would be no background to check. And back to
this guy had multiple charges of forgery, drinking and driving, and a manslaughter conviction, and has also previously served a prison sentence.
But was his dog involved in any of those?
It was the dog's fault.
Was the dog driving for the DUI? Or the forgery?
Is Kinsey passing out or
I don't know. I got no clue about any of that there. I mean, I didn't see a dog anywhere in this story.
So
unless you're
looked like a fine, outstanding young man that they thought he would do. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's got a record, and he's had a record. It's hard to make the idea. It's hard to make the argument that he was a fine, outstanding young man whenever he'd already been to jail, manslaughter, and one of the things involved actually, shooting somebody else. It was a roommate of his. So, yeah.
Now, when this background check was finally completed, after he was arrested, did it turn up that his name is Dr. Scholes?
Nope.
Okay.
And the victim reportedly suffered from post-traumatic stress and now struggles to go to sleep in the wake of this alleged toe-sucking incident.
Just tell him to wear socks when he goes to bed, for crying out loud, people.
He probably goes to bed with work boots on.
Yeah, this guy does have PTSD. He's a perverted toe-sucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that? I guess you can.
Yeah,
there's only 2 words you can't say.
Statement from the Hilton Hotel. The safety and security of our guests and team members is our highest priority. We are working closely with the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department, and as part of company policy, we do not comment on ongoing investigations.
KJP, is that you?
What?
Karine Jean-Pierre, White House press secretary. We don't talk about ongoing litigation.
Doesn't exist in my world because she's a.
Yeah.
Close the book, walk away. That happens.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me check my paperwork. No, I don't have a response for that, so I'll have to get back to you. Circle back.
That's that other chick.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's that Saki chick.
Peppermint Patty. Yep.
Peppermint Patty.
Yep. Peppermint Patty.
So speaking of hotel rooms and your safety, right?
Oh no! Please don't freak me out. All right, go.
Well, I can't promise anything. Federal agents conducting a training exercise at a Boston hotel broke into the wrong room and detained an innocent bystander.
I need my emotional support beaver.
Yeah. Based on inaccurate information, they were mistakenly sent to the wrong room and detained an individual, not the intended role player.
I was going to say, I mean, all of the information is not accurate. It's training exercise. The whole thing was made up.
Right.
Except
made
for
up
the results of going into the wrong room.
In a real life scenario here where there are other people in the hotel at the same time they're doing this training exercise. The man who was erroneously detained was a Delta Airlines pilot. Agents handcuffed him, interrogated him, and put him in the room shower.
Well, I don't see that there's a problem with that. Handcuffs and shower sounds like a good time to me.
Not with FBI agents. I wouldn't think so. He was handcuffed for more than 45 minutes before they realized they screwed up.
You might not mind being thrown in the shower by FBI agents, but there's probably a gender discrepancy between you and most people whenever it comes to FBI agents.
I'm going to tell you that those were not really FBI agents. They were just strippers dressed as FBI agents.
So it was all just part of the game, right? Made it more exciting.
That's right.
Wait, were these the prostitutes?
They all had stamps on their arms. I couldn't. I'm just not sure anymore.
The one that really took a liking to Holly had stamps all the way down his arm. It was crazy.
I had stamps on my arm too.
Yeah. So between toe-sucking weirdos and FBI agents, sorry, I a little bit redundant there. You're not safe in your hotel rooms now.
Nope.
Okay, can we move on?
You know what hold on. You know what we've been really severely lacking in today?
Entertaining stories.
A decent show?
Sponsors.
Well, that too. Yeah, sponsors.
Well, let's see. What do we have?
Well, how about this? How about go to shop.offtracksyndicate.com?
Oh.
Because as of this week, we have a new shirt.
Shameless plug. Okay, got it.
Yeah, shameless plug. Yeah.
We're our own sponsor.
I don't know for certain that you can wrong scene. I don't know for certain that you can see that one very clearly. But this shirt says
Hard,
think.
but it's still legal.
It may be hard, but it's still legal.
Right. I have a bell.
For now.
Shop.offtracksyndicate.com. You can check out that shirt. Pick up some other swag. You can pick up an awesome Off-Track Syndicate shirt.
You hit your mic there.
Yeah, a bit. You know, this is not this is not professional at all.
We never claimed to be professional.
But you know who is professionals? Warhorselegacy.org.
Yes.
Warhorse Legacy. They're out there providing services free of charge to our veterans and their families to help them feel better after coming back from going through all that they did. Did you guys know that Kinsey was in the Navy?
Wait a moment. I was in the Navy?
Yeah, he was in the Navy.
Wow.
I don't think that explains all of the oddities
Why didn't you
about
tell
the
me
man
this?
we know as
It does
Amtrak.
explain a lot, though. It does explain a lot.
So at Warhorse Legacy, they provide equestrian services. That's horse therapy, not therapy to the horses, but therapy to the people and their families.
Using horses.
And the horses are involved there, all at no charge to those people.
Well, I'd rather have therapies of some sorts given to me by people, like a particular gender. I mean, is that
You're
available?
just looking for the stamp convention again, aren't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say with the
Your sales numbers are going to have to come up, Kinsey.
Yeah.
What?
I have a
What I'm
question.
supposed to sell? What?
When you were in the Navy, did you sail the 7 seas? In the Navy, you can sail the
Nope.
7 seas.
Did you ride on something long, hard, and full of semen?
He was in
It
something.
it was approximately 3 football fields long.
Wow. So he can take a big one. Got it.
Oh boy. Well, this conversation derailed pretty quickly. Go to warhorselegacy.org, make a donation. They run off of donations. Give it some thought. Just check out what they do. Maybe you know some people who can benefit from their services as well.
Yes.
That's warhorselegacy.org.
Greetings. This is misunderstood subculture correspondent Tech Roo, and I'd rather be drinking beer than
Lindsay, that's
listening to the Off Track Syndicate.
It's supposed to be the stinger. I gotcha. I get it now. I
Mike
wasn't in on
Ray in the
That
off
didn't work
room says that we're going south. And I never heard going south being a bad thing, but okay. I don't know if that's an insult or an invitation. I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, that's
Well, he
because we
also
lost.
said-
It's because we lost Rusty.
Oh yeah, well, but you got
Michael Ray also
you got
also
Busty
said
Eyebolts.
that if he sucks his toe with bad toenails, he will cut his lip.
Yeah.
You know, I did try to make a call earlier today, and I tried to put out an Amber Alert, and it didn't fit for Rusty's category. They told me, and he's not old enough to be put out for a Silver Alert. I tried a Rusty Alert, and they said it didn't have.
Huh.
I tried.
All right. Well, it could be that
I eat ass.
that's possible that they're holding that against him.
Could be.
Okay. What we need to do is we need to put Rusty's picture on liquor bottles, and then we'll definitely be able to find him.
There we go.
That and peanut butter.
Rusty will find himself very quickly, better than any Buddhist monk ever will.
All right, come on back. Let's round out the show the last half hour.
Have you ever seen a dancing beaver? Do you want to? Rusty actually shut up, Kinsey. Rusty actually sent this to me when I was unable to make it to MojoCon one time. So thank you, Rusty. I still have it sitting on my desk every day. I see it. So it's like a piece of Rusty is here with us right now.
Oh,
I think I'm better now.
Which
Get
piece?
the semen out of your mouth?
All right.
You're
so
welcome.
should I promote my deal then before we wrap this up, or?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Why not? We're going south anyway.
Kinsey, do you want to bring us
But they
in
said,
the next
hi,
segment?
Josh. I want to say hi to Kathy and Barbara D and Kathy in the Berg and Jen Clifton and Mike Yehudi. And I guess that's it because nobody else is in the room.
Yehudi.
Yehudi.
Kinsey, you heard me, right?
No.
Bring us back in to do what?
You want to bring us in on this next segment?
I can try. I mean, we're talking about me. I mean, we're going south anyway, right? So might as well.
All right.
Gonna try something real quick. Okay. You've disabled screen sharing. Okay, so I'm gonna put the screenshot of my deal there.
I can change that. 10 seconds.
Ah!
Everybody better be dancing, right?
I'm more swiveling.
Well, now that we've established that everything out here kind of sucks, whether you're going to Nashville, whether you're dealing with people in Colorado, whether you're even biking around in Canada, apparently North America you need to try to get away from because there's too much flipping insanity out here, right? So how about a vacation? How about a European vacation, including a sailboat trip through the Straits of Gibraltar?
Okay.
Nothing bad can happen there, right?
Sure.
Sure.
I
Well, apparently that's not the best place to go to anymore either. There is something attacking out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Killer whales.
Killer whales.
The orca. Yes. Shamu is starting to get her revenge.
Shamu's revenge.
There has been increased reported instances of killer whales actually attacking the boats, giving them a few good thuds, hitting the rudders, and disabling them.
Scary. Scary.
Yep. Scary. And as a matter of fact, it's enough times to where it's becoming a pattern.
Like,
and
animals
like they're trying to send Morse code patterns.
Well, here's the thing. You see that area and you figure there's all kinds of boats going through that area, right? So render a guess. What do you think the ratio would be between boats that go through unscathed and boats that may end up being bumped and interact with a killer whale?
Would think there'd be more that go through unscathed than not.
25.
Yeah, but what's that?
25%.
25? No, it's actually 1%. But still, I mean, if you go out there and you already think there's a 1% chance that you're not making it back, if everything goes great, that's I don't want to go out there because you got so many. What?
I'll go. It's
Okay.
one hell of a story. At least I don't go out tripping on cookie dough and choking on cookie dough because my dog tripped me. So
So are you saying these boats are going under? People are dying because of this?
they are not dying yet. The boats are being left disabled, so they are going through, and they had observed the orcas enough to tell that they get charged and distracted, and the last hits actually go after the rudder. They're not just bumping around.
maybe they just want to keep the humans as pets.
Maybe. I mean, but whenever they disable the boat, they're done and they're gone.
It's the chosen. We're the chosen.
Now
they disable the boat.
Yeah.
They disable the rudder and then they leave it alone.
Yes.
That sounds very purposeful.
Yes, that's the scary part.
Right.
Maybe they're not really orcas. Maybe they are controlled. You know, they're like
they're underwater drones.
There you go.
Like there's
Like
no
birds
birds.
aren't real.
There- no,
orcas
yeah,
aren't
exactly.
real.
exactly. No such
Maybe
thing as
the
birds, no
people
such
who
thing as
say that-
orcas.
Well, I was going to say maybe the people that say that birds aren't real are full of crap, and it's actually orcas aren't real.
That's right. Orcas are not real.
Free Willy was bullshit.
You think he really jumped that? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, but I mean they did have another incident where they were chasing after what was that, a sea lion had jumped up on the boat and everybody was scared shitless of the sea lion, but the orca was after the sea lion.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can be vicious if they want to be.
I'll tell you, I did when I was in Juneau, Alaska, we did a whale watching tour, but we didn't do like the huge boat, which I would have never booked it had I realized I was going to be that close to the water. It was called the Citizen Science Tour. So they basically were on this boat with like a little house on it. It wasn't really a house. It was just like these windows that you could open and stuff, but you were like right on the water. And they took you out into the ocean and there are whales all around you. And I'm thinking, oh my God, don't get too close and tip us over because we're going to just die here in the water. I could not believe how close an orca and her calf actually came to our boat. And I'm thinking, if she splashes, we're done. It's got to be done. There's nothing we can do because this boat was little. It only held 10 people. So that's how little the boat was.
The bigger the boat, the better, because most of the boats that they've been attacking has been in a neighborhood of less than 45 foot, which sounds like it's probably not too far from the size of what you was on, was it?
Yeah, it was really little.
There you go. You could have been disabled.
Is this even safe to take out away from the dock? I mean, it's so little. In the grand scheme of things, where'd be this teeny tiny dot that nobody would ever find? Yeah, it was.
Well, he wasn't wild about the dinghy.
Just sit
Now-
right back in here, that's hell.
Yep. Now you might think twice.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Imagine-
but I mean, you already know to get onto a bigger boat now, so it don't happen.
Well, I mean, it was kind of cool because you were right on the level with the whales. Like you weren't up looking down on them. You were right at sea level with them. So it's cool. Scary a little bit when they got really close to us, but it was pretty cool.
Did you get to see the flying fish out there?
No, I did not get to punch the park.
Oh man, them things are awesome to look at. They jumping up and gliding over the water and kind of skip off a little bit, go back in.
Lots of otters, dolphins, sea lions, humpback whales, and orcas. But no, lots of bald eagles. Oh my gosh, we were driving.
Oh, that's right, Alaskan cruise.
Yeah, when we drove from the cruise ship out to the dock, somebody had cut down a whole bunch of trees, and there were just eagles everywhere. And I'm like, yeah, like when you see an eagle here in Pennsylvania, it's like a bald eagle, and up there everybody's like, yeah, whatever. And there's a bear like walking down the road, like nobody cares. Everybody's just so used to the wildlife there. Like, bear, there's a bear walking. They're like, yeah, it's a bear. Like the locals,
just leave it alone. It'll be all good.
Happens every day.
It's just weird. It's, obviously they're used to it and stuff like that, but anyway, that's my Alaska story.
So we should probably take a little time to thank our two that are joining us here tonight. Klopp, You have anything that you're working on you want to share with us?
Well, I'm not working on anything currently. However, to the audience here, I do have something because to explain my little moniker right here, about right here, yeah, Flop Hollywood. As a lot of you may know, I am an independent movie actor. I have been doing this for about 10 years now. And something that has come up recently, a movie that one of the associate producers that I've been working with has been wanting to make is now being crowdfunded at Indiegogo. Do I have the ability to share my screen here, Chris? Okay. Let me get rid of all the spicy movie sites here real quick. Where's it at?
Okay. Rusty wants you to send the web links to his messenger account for that too.
All of those other ones, yeah.
Totally delete them.
For the deal here.
All the spicy movie stuff, yeah.
Spicy websites, the spicy websites.
No. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is in the chat room, I'm going to put in the link for Indiegogo. Let me share the screen. Where is it at? Right here. Okay. Sorry.
Are we done yet?
Are we done yet? No, not yet. Let's see. All right. So here's it. So here it is. The title is going to be called "It All Happened One Christmas," raising money to produce a family-friendly Christmas movie. It all happened one Christmas. The intro here is about a minute 14. Would I be able to play this?
Should be able to. Yes. Well, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna. If it'll.
Depends if we got any copyright problems or not for YouTube.
Oh no! It's just her talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, it's tell you what. If you want to click on the link, you can go ahead and check it out yourself here. But here's the options here. You get a thank you for $25. Basically, you get a thank you for that. For a $50 donation, you get social media VIP. $75. $75. You get your name in the credits. I believe that's going to be a crowdfunding credit. For $100, be our guest on the set. That is going to be if you are in the central Iowa area where I'm from. So if you want to fly, you do $100, you live out of state, like fly out here to get here. A co-producer for $500, you get a co-producer credit, and then also if you chip in $1,000. You get to be listed as an associate producer. So if you ever watched the movies and you ever wondered, okay, what's an associate producer? An associate producer is somebody who puts funding towards the movie. So, but given this audience, if you guys like Christmas movies, if you want to help, if you want to help put one together, then definitely go ahead and click on that Indiegogo link. Anywhere else? Maybe I could. Anywhere else I could put it?
You could
What do you get for 38 cents and a piece of pocket lint?
Kinsey.
That's all I got.
I'll see if I can throw it in the chat because it won't let you put that in there.
I was gonna say also you could probably post it on their they could probably share it on their Facebook and
Right.
Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it is in the chat. So okay, I think
You said it's family friendly.
There, it's supposed to be family friendly. The company I've been working for has done some family friendly stuff recently. There's one movie that's coming out that's going to be mentioned in the video, but a recent movie that came out that's just been cleaning up in regards to awards. A movie called When Jack Came Back. I think I talked about it one of the last times I was on here. A very, very heart-pulling drama starring Lance Henriksen and Lindsay Wagner. That's going to be getting released here sometime here in the near future. So, but if you like that, if you want to see about helping out with a Christmas movie, go ahead and go to that website, kick in a few bucks.
Awesome.
Hopefully
for family friendly stuff, because some stuff is just not so good anymore. So that's really nice that we have companies like this that are doing that. It's great.
Exactly. And hopefully, knock on wood, hopefully I will be part of this. If I am, I'll bring it up to you. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully I can be part of this somehow. So.
Good.
Excellent. And Lady Busty Eyebolts also goes by Beaver from Damn It with Beaver on Mojo 50.
Yes.
You have some little show or something you
Yeah,
want to talk about?
I do have a show. It can be heard, the initial play of it can be heard on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern time on this very radio station or international or whatever station it is, internet radio. And replays are at 6 a.m. Monday and 6 a.m. Friday mornings. So, as you're getting ready for work and you want to hear some good news and some uplifting stories, that's usually when you can hear me. This week, I talk about nature providing. So there are some flowers that you normally would just think are just weeds on the side of the road. They're actually good for herbal medicine and the ways that you can use them and how they can help you with different things. So.
Yeah, because you're one of those weirdos who digs up the dandelions and eats them, right?
So yeah, I don't like the taste of actual dandelion, but what I do with them is I dehydrate them to add into teas, and then I dehydrate the leaves and I make like a powder so I can still sprinkle it in and get the health benefits from it. Because I don't like to eat just dandelion. My mom used to always make dandelion dressing when I was a kid, and I was like, but you can also make coffee from the roots of dandelion when you dehydrate it and grind it down. It's like instant coffee.
For some reason, I had it in my head that something with dandelion was poisonous, but it's not. Is that right?
Dandelion is not poisonous at all, unless you have like an allergy to dandelion. But dandelion is actually really good for your heart and cardiovascular system. It's very good for you.
I had a conversation with my wife about that. Go ahead, Klopp.
And you get the grinders to make these things on the grinder website?
The grinder.
Chris was asking about it. Okay.
The grinder website. That's exactly what I do with them. I actually do have a coffee grinder that I use for my herbs. So one of the things that, like, if you can, a lot of people, when they do stuff with tomatoes, they peel the skins off the tomatoes and they just toss those. But what you can do with those is you can dehydrate them either in your oven or if you have a dehydrator. And once they're super brittle, you can run them through a coffee grinder or like an herb grinder and make a powder. And I add that into, like, if I'm making a meatloaf or like hamburgers or whatever, and you can still get that good nutrients without wasting the product.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It might be a lot of work, but I don't mind it.
I'll just stick my APR.
You'll just drink your APR. Oh, American Pride Roasters coffee? Don't even get me started. American Pride Roasters coffee is the best coffee. I actually have American Pride Roasters in my long-term food storage. I have it vacuum sealed into half-gallon mason jars so that if the world was to go to a crapper, I still would be able to have the best coffee in the world.
Yes, and that best coffee would be the Off Track Syndicate blend at APR.
Oh no, that's not the blend I have.
Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry. But I have
I know you are.
I have the George Washington Crosses of Delaware. I have the Ronald Reagan, and I have my chocolate biscotti. Those are my favorites. Oh, and Brad's Brown Bag. I have some Brad's Brown Bag too.
Suck up.
Well, technically, that is what I got. I actually had put those into mason jars just to keep it fresher, and I just haven't used it yet. That's the stuff that I actually won because I did the cover art for Brad's Brown Bag.
And I'm a stick.
Okay, I'll shake your heads.
And I'm a stick to your guns kind of guy. So
What's your favorite?
stick to your guns.
That's the one.
I don't. Which flavor is that?
It's called stick to your guns.
I never heard of that.
That's the stuff I get when I actually do CDM. So I'm actually within driving distance to BXMDM. And I can actually get it from DM himself. I'm just special like that.
There you go.
Get it from him.
Special another.
Yeah. And then, well, let's round this out here, Kinsey. You have another show. What did you talk about this week?
On I got a show.
Tin Can Radio program. Yeah.
Yeah. We've had this one guy on it. You might know of is the bearded pastor, and and we also had him. We had Kathy in the Berg, and we also had her husband on there, Arthur, as well. And basically, we were finishing up some discussion where we were going through some points on people that might be looking for a church to go to. So we were doing kind of like church talk, and we've been running through things like that for the last several shows, actually. So believe it or not, so I try to get all my forgiveness done over there on that, and then I come over here and screw the week up properly, starting out for Sunday being on this show. So there you go.
Yeah. All right.
That would be 3 p.m. Eastern time on Mojo 50 streaming radio only.
Yeah, Tin Can Radio program.
Oh,
well, let's go from let's
now.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask you. We were talking about a story earlier about a DUI where the guy tried to swap places with the dog.
Well, no, he said the dog was driving, so the dog was driving. Not him. Not the drunk guy. Yeah.
Well, I found a story of a woman that had DUIs. And after 7 of them, she finally decided that she wanted to go to jail.
How did she get 7?
She decided that she wanted to go to the jail.
Well, what would happen is that, she would go ahead and get caught and go through the process and everything, and then they would end up turning her loose one way or another. And she's been having these scattered incidents that were on record for she's had 6 of them beforehand before this one incident, to where she would be taken in, processed, and turned out, and the rest of the time, if she got caught, they wouldn't do anything to her. So finally, but I don't know if it's because that they were putting her through the treatment program, or if she was really remorseful or not and wanted to. But she said she wanted to hurry up and just get it done and over with. So
okay,
she actually.
I'm going to turn this around here, Kinsey.
Yeah.
What's the question that needs to be asked about her, especially when she's just...
She does definitely have a level of that. She is definitely exceeds Rusty's standards.
Well, that's not saying much.
Well, I didn't say she meets Rusty's standards. I said she definitely exceeds them easily.
All right. Anyway,
she would
move on.
So you're saying she was hot?
I would say that from what I'm able to see, that there is definitely, you could say, hot from the coveralls courtroom side profile picture.
Okay.
And if you look good in prison drab, then all you can do is build on that with makeup whenever you get out.
So she decided, well, let's just get this out of the way. I'm ready to go to jail, so I don't have to worry about it in the future, basically.
Pretty much. I mean,
So did she drunk drive into the police station?
It didn't give any details on what happened in any of the individual drunk driving incidents, other than that she would get taken and processed and sent back out.
Yeah.
All right. I was going to say, something is weird. I'm not being understanding this story.
Well, one of her last times that she was caught and went in before court and everything, they were setting her up and had her through a rehabilitation thing, which kind of kept her from seeing some of her family and everything. So what I'm thinking, my own guess, is that the prison sentence would probably be a lot more direct and shorter than having to go through treatment.
After 6 times, I mean,
she should have been in.
Shouldn't be an option there at that point, unless it's
after 6 times of being caught on record.
Right. Yeah. That don't make no sense.
Well, it all stayed in Vegas, and nobody heard about anything else other than
it happens in Vegas. It stays in Vegas. I would just like to point out that they have a little nursery rhyme going in the chat room right now for Rusty. Kathy in the Berg started it with Rusty sat in a wall. Rusty had a great fall. And Barbara finished it with all the king's men couldn't put Rusty together again. Everybody's asking where Rusty is. Rusty is in rehab right now. He's in rehab. So he should be out in a week. You'll be able to hear from him.
He's trying to get cured off the peanut butter.
Not the alcohol, but the peanut butter. That seems to be a bigger issue.
He's got inappropriate uses of peanut butter.
Now, also, when Kinsey was asking if I want to take over today, he mentioned something about bringing in something about science bitches. So,
if you got anything?
Yeah, I'll just make it quick. My 7th grade science teacher, Miss Alverson, she was a bitch. So that's all I'll say to
that. Can we just go from your science teacher being a bitch to Uranus?
Wait.
What?
That's personal.
It's are aliens hiding on Uranus? Says moons. Titania and Oberon may have oceans warm enough to support life. So there might be aliens in Uranus moons.
Do we really know what would be required to support a different kind of life?
That's what I'm thinking.
We're just assuming it's going to be like us.
Right. They might not need water. They might live on American Pride Roasters coffee. Or they might get all of their health benefits from getwellmojo.com. And they might just need to relax on mypillow.com sheets and pillows. And they might need MyPillow towels. And they use the promo code MOJO50 to get discounts. I mean, I don't know.
The aliens living on APR coffee would make sense because a lot of people in Iowa are strange beings. As a guy in Nebraska, I just got to say.
I think that he's talking to you, Klopp. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he's pointing that out to you.
Well, I'm not denying it.
And isn't that what Iowa stands for? I owe the world an apology.
That's so mean. So mean.
Idiots out wandering around. I've heard it all.
There you go. Well, that's 2 of them. If you know all of them, give us another. I guess that's all.
Is he thinking or smelling?
Could be both.
Yeah, he could do both.
I'm too sober to think about this right now.
Oh, problems Rusty does not have for 500, Alex.
Oh, poor Rusty. Say a prayer for our friend Rusty that he gets out of rehab okay. I mean,
actually, Rusty he mouthed off to Judy and she shoved him down the stairs. That's
you're not supposed to tell anybody that. We don't want. No, stop. We don't want Judy to go to jail.
No,
you know he deserved it. She ain't going to jail.
No,
Rusty
that's
deserved
bullcrap.
it.
Because Judy knows if she's going to do it, she's going to finish the job. So that's how I know it didn't happen.
Listen,
Are you sure?
well, I'm not going to speak on Judy's behalf, but don't throw her under the proverbial stairs, okay? That's where Rusty belongs.
She's waited too long before doing that. What are you talking about? I'm surprised she lasted this long without blowing her top at him that much.
That's
well,
true.
they say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?
And that's all the time we have this week. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Klopp, for joining us tonight.
Glad to be here. Let's do this again sometime.
Viewers. Take care. Have a great week. We will be back next weekend and plan on having the blank game next week.
As long as Rusty can climb up those stairs and make it back to his chair.